He was Admiral Horatio Nelson, Britain's greatest naval hero. Stationed in Antigua, he protected Britain's commercial trade in the Caribbean. And this is his legacy. Admiral Horatio Nelson.
Admiral Horatio Nelson? No way, it's me, Frank Greco, the travel guy, and welcome to Antigua! Come on now, there's a world out there and it's waiting to be explored. If you're craving an adventure, the travel guy's got what you're looking for. Sights and sounds, street to town, just take a look around. And as you dream of paradise, there's advice we must bestow. Don't just pack your bags and hit the road, you gotta know before you go.
The islands of Antigua and Barbuda are located in the eastern Caribbean, just south of Saint Martin.
After arriving, I wanted to get the lay of the land, so I decided to go on a helicopter tour around Antigua.
Oh, takeoff is so nice and smooth. Look at that. That's Jolly Beach down there, one of the nicest beaches on the island. This is quite a thrill ride as we hover over this turquoise blue water surrounding Antigua, fly over the terrain, and whoa, as we're banking around the coastline, this is quite an unforgettable experience. Well, our pilot just pointed out that we're flying over the south coast of Antigua, and right below us is Fig Tree Drive. I remember Lauren said she wanted to visit here and have a pineapple or something. I'd say we've covered about 100 miles circumnavigating the island. Can you believe the color of the water? I can't wait to go for a swim and check out the rest of the island from the ground.
Man, I'm glad I did this. Now I know what I'm going to see for the rest of my stay.
My adventure began with a drive along Antigua's South Coast Trail. One of the highlights of the area is Fig Tree Drive. This is the only rainforest found on the island, and it spans about a 15-minute car ride from beginning to end. All along the drive, as you can see, are banana, mango, and coconut groves, and there are truly many hidden gems, from fruit vendors to artisans to any kind of tropical fruit you can think of. There's so many scenic views, you just have to come check it out for yourself. The word fig in Antigua means banana, and what better way to learn more about the local fruit than to meet up with a true islander? So I'm hanging out with my friend Elaine here at the Culture Shop. We just decided to take a quick break on our tour and stop in the middle of the rainforest. And all the locals are driving by and honking at us. And we're going to check out some of the local fruit, sample some stuff. And what have you got there for me?
This is pineapple jam.
Okay. So
made from the Antigua black pineapple. Now, this is called black pineapple because when you look at it from a distance, outside of the pineapple look black.
Yep.
So that's just a name why they call it Antigua black.
Does it taste any different than?
Very, very sweet.
Oh, okay.
It's the sweetest pineapple in the world. In the world.
So you grow all of these fruits all around you?
All the fruits grow here, and I take the fruits and I make juice.
Okay.
I sell the juice.
And jelly and
everything.
everything, yeah.
All I sell here is everything local.
All right.
Enjoy your
Cheers.
pineapple with passion fruit. All fresh juice.
Oh, that is so good. That is so good. It's so good. The South Coast Trail also boasts beautiful beaches with powder white sand and crystal clear water.
They say that there are 365 beaches here in Antigua, one for every single day of the year. The biggest challenge for tourists is figuring out which one to go to. And when they say that beaches are secluded here, they really mean secluded.
It's interesting to note that all beaches in Antigua are open to the public. While getting to Fry's Beach was a little bumpy, it's definitely worth it for the scenic views. It is possible to explore the area on your own, but make sure to bring a companion, as many of the locations are quite isolated.
Antigua is spattered with many windmills that identify sugar plantations of Mumbai. Betty's Hope was one of the original sugarcane plantations here in Antigua. And what's so special about sugarcane? It's used to make that island favorite rum. I'm here with my good friend Elizabeth Mason. She's going to tell us a little bit more about Betty's Hope. Hey Elizabeth.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Good to have you.
Can you tell me a little bit about how this mill was used?
Well, these old mills did a lot of work, Frank. There was a lot of sugar planted on this plantation. When it was harvested, it was brought into the opening behind us, put between the rollers for the extraction of the juice, and then for the production of sugar, molasses, and rum.
And was that kept here on the island?
Oh, no, that was taken back to England.
That explains a lot then.
Well, there are about 120 original mills, and we have about 50 still standing. One has been transformed into a bar, the other one gift shop, or a nice little apartment.
Wow, I would like a nice little apartment.
Yeah.
Why don't we check out the grounds?
Great.
Thank you. Betty's Hope Plantation is an open-air museum. Much of what was once there is gone, but it's a nice excursion. Off to my next stop. I finally found this place the locals have been telling me so much about, called Devil's Bridge. I asked them how it got its name, and many of them said just listen to the wind as it comes through and makes a howling or devilish sound, hence Devil's Bridge. Now, it's a very picturesque location, but be careful. It's quite slippery, and at high tide, the waves come up like big geysers and can knock you off. But look at this view! Devil's Bridge is located at Indiantown Point. It's an archway carved into the coastline by the pounding Atlantic Ocean. Ah, here's my photo. The next stops on my trip are Nelson's Dockyard, Shirley Heights, and St. John's. Nelson's Dockyard is a national park named after the British naval hero Horatio Nelson. Now what's funny about this place is that Horatio Nelson spent most of his time in the cramped quarters of a ship and rarely saw the island. Silly guy. The Dockyard is still a working harbor that hosts many vessels from around the world. Why, like this one. I'll just check it out. Wow, nice ship.
Hey, mate, get off the boat!
Oops, I should have asked first. Nelson's Dockyard is located at English Harbor, one of the world's top yachting destinations. To get a great view of Nelson's Harbor, all you have to do is trek up to this place called Shirley Heights. Just look at the view. I called it Nelson's Harbor, but it's actually English Harbor. Now, Shirley Heights overlooks the south coast, and locals will tell you this place comes alive every Sunday. I made my way to St. John's, Antigua's capital, and visited St. John's Cathedral. It has two distinctive twin towers. You can't miss this place. The cathedral was originally built from wood in 1684. It's now built of stone and cement, and yes, it's hurricane and earthquake proof.
My next adventure was a catamaran trip along the western coast of the island. There are plenty of natural harbors, beaches, and coves, and what better way to see them than from the sea? I'm on the Wadadali catamaran, and the boat's name is significant because it was the former name of Antigua. I'm heading out to do some snorkeling on the Cade's Barrier Reef, which is the longest reef in Antigua. At 2 miles in length, the Cade's Reef is now partly contained in a designated underwater park. This area provides great conditions for shallow diving and snorkeling. The water is quite warm all year round and the visibility is incredible, usually ranging from 50 to 140 feet. There are large amounts of soft coral, and on the outer reef you can find barracudas, eels, eagle rays, and even reef sharks. Generally, the current isn't very strong, but I still found myself floating away quite quickly from the boat. Regardless of your swimming ability, I would suggest wearing a flotation device. The snorkeling was amazing. Talk about visibility, it was crystal clear. And there's nothing like a good little shower after a snorkel. And really, what's a catamaran trip without a little conga line?
After my tour of St. John's, I was ready for lunch, and man, did I have a treat waiting for me.
Well, I was lucky to find this place called Miller's by the Sea and hooked up with Chef Reg, and he's going to cook something called fungi.
Yes, Frank. Fungi we are cooking at Miller's by the Sea. Fungi is a combination of okra water or okra with some cornmeal. I'm now going to pour some water to thin out that cornmeal, stir it something like an oat or cereal. Then I'm going to put it in the pot slowly. The funny ways of doing it, you got to keep stirring like you're in a meal house, and you keep stirring and you're stirring. Some people in Antigua, they claim when you're turning fungi, you got to whine. But I don't do that. The water ingredients consist of garlic, salt and pepper, just to taste, and okra, which is boiled. Now I got to make me a sauce. So the sauce consists of my good friend, and my backup chef Frank will help me. It consists of tomatoes, sweet peppers, onion, celery, and garlic. All is chopped like this, all chopped up fine, nice and juicy. Then I gotta put some garlic butter in that frying pan, like this. It's garlic and butter. Then I put all the herbs together. Flavors up, colors good. A little salt and pepper is already added. I keep stirring. This is gonna combine a nice juicy sauce. This is the color. This is ice gold and green. You know, sometimes it says Rastaman color, red, gold, yellow, green. This is Antigua style of Creole sauce. Then I'll just add a little tomato sauce with it. That gives it an extra color. So a little like this. And we got our colors all combination. Here it is, cold pot, coals, Creole sauce, tomato, onions, celery, sweet peppers. What sort of fish is that, my friend?
I think it's a trout.
No, you don't do trout with fungi, you do snapper. That's a nice Antigua juicy fried snapper. We take them all, put them in that sauce. Lovely as it is, they combine as one. In Antigua, we say we use a lot of okra to help the body, the bones, strengthen. And sometimes they say it helps flavor the man for whatever he's going to do in the night. Like there, that's the fungi. So we say we're going to have a ball of fungi. I stir like that. You got yourself a nice plate of fungi and fish.
Wow.
Another way, Frank, you must try to use Antigua fish and fungi with hot sauce. Susie's hot sauce. Goes good. Yeah. Only there's a problem. Limit the amount to use. It burns both ways, enter in and exit.
Well, I gotta admit something. I thought fungi was mushrooms at first, but it's actually corn.
It's cornmeal, yes, corn. Yeah.
Reg, this is great.
After hard day's work, we're gonna enjoy. Wait, Frank, we can enjoy this unless we have some nice, fresh, juicy coconut water to wash it down with.
Oh, look.
This is what we call a meal and a drink. Local.
After snorkeling, I wanted to check out some more sea life and decided to head to a city like no other. one that is protected by its very own pristine coral reef and populated by one of the most graceful animals in the world.
I'm here at Stingray City, and I've never actually seen a stingray up close and personal, so I'm really looking forward to getting in the water and swimming with them.
Stingrays are usually very docile creatures. When threatened, their first response is to swim away. However, my guides warned everyone to shuffle their feet, because if stepped on, the stingray's barbed tail will sting. I'm here with my friend Scoopy and my new Ray friend, Ernell, right?
Yes.
Right. So tell me a little bit about the stingrays.
Well, the stingrays, whilst you relax, they will stay with you for the whole day.
They're relaxed, eh?
Yeah, but if you're nervous, they can sense nervousness.
Okay, so I need to just relax.
Yes.
They're very, very smooth, very soft. How big do they grow?
Well, the ladies, they grow up to 4.5 feet to 5 feet.
Okay.
And the male, they grow up to 24 inches.
So they're big ladies is what you're
Yes.
saying. Are they more dominant?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Dominant women. There you go.
Yeah.
And what do they eat?
Well, we fed them off of squid and cockle, and actually they are bottom feeders.
Ah, they feed off the bottom. Can we go feed some over there right now?
Yes, no problem.
Great, let's go.
Okay.
With eyes on the top of their head and a mouth on the bottom, stingrays can't see their prey, so they literally use suction to ingest their food. But you have to be careful while feeding them, or else you'll get what the guides refer to as a love bite, also known as a hickey on your hand.
After a great day of touring, there's really no better way to sit back and relax than to enjoy a true Sunday night Antiguan tradition, the barbecue and steel band.
Shirley Heights is best known for its rich naval past, but every Sunday evening, the area is transformed into a local hotspot. Islanders and visitors alike gather for amazing sunsets, great food, rum punch, and maybe even a little bit of dancing too.
That looks great. Oh, they say the barbecues here are great. Take a look at that. Nothing better than a summer fresh barbecue, a little potato salad, and some freshly barbecued chicken. Oh.
The food did not disappoint, nor did the spectacular view. The party continued well into the night with reggae, soca, and steel band music, and dancing that sizzled as hot as the grills. At the end of our long trip, Frank and I decided to meet up on the island of Barbuda.
Hey, Lauren!
Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Good. Barbuda is awesome. The view from the air is just spectacular.
We've got such a gorgeous day, eh? What a day. Oh.
Freaking birds!
Oh, no, Frank, they're frigate birds. They're local to the island.
I don't care. I'm going to go find that one and give him a piece of my mind.
All right, you go check it out. One of the most interesting historic sites in Barbuda is 2 Foot Bay, and my guide Calvin is going to tell me a little bit more about the area.
Well, the whole of this area is known as 2 Foot Bay National Park.
Okay.
And as you see here, we're standing in one of the historic sites in this park. It was used back then as a lookout site during Codrington's era.
What's interesting is that in the late 1600s, the Codringtons owned much of the land in Barbuda. They used the 2 Foot Bay area to set up provisioning stations for their sugar plantations on Antigua.
Calvin, what's the name of this cave?
It's Indian cave. The Indians will use this cave as one of the ways for them to worship.
Wow.
Ceremonial worship cave.
Oh, that's great. It's fantastic. And just a quick tip for all of you guys who want to come here, make sure you put some running shoes on because my steel toe safety sandals, they're just not cutting it today. Let's go check out the rest.
Barbuda is mainly composed of limestone, so there are many caves to be explored. 2 Foot Bay is located in a wild, wind-swept part of northeast Barbuda. The caves on the property are the most accessible on the island and range from crawl-in holes to huge cavernous areas. Indian Cave is quite unique in that it is the only site in Antigua or Barbuda where you can see drawings left by the Arawak or Siboney tribes. Being in the caves evokes a very mysterious feeling, almost as if you could imagine the natives having lived here long ago.
I started photographing the suspect who, well, let's just say plopped on me. A frigate bird flew overhead taunting me. Was this the frickin' bird? As we passed the mangroves in Codrington Lagoon, I saw the largest colony of frigate birds in the world. Patrick, our boatmaster and guide, soon enlightened me about the frigate bird.
At the peak of the mating season down here in the frigate bird colony, there's anything about, say, 18,000 birds on any given year. That's what they're coming for. There's something real special about our females over here. And the guys travel thousands of miles just to come and check them out.
Well, now I guess I'm one of those guys. Patrick acted out the mating ritual. The male birds do a dance and puff out their chests to get the female's attention.
When the female, she chose the male to be her companion, they spend a little quality time like what people will do, getting to know each other. But when she said, now when he's going to make the nest now, he puts her to sit there and he go out and bring twigs and sticks. But the females here now, what they do, when he brings about 4 or 5 pieces of twigs, she mates with him. She gives him that encouragement. So by the time he's finished, he's back out looking more twigs and sticks, saying, when he comes home, he's going to get it again. Yeah, so they know how to keep us doing what they want us to do.
I think he just gave me insight into understanding women, or at least the female frigate bird.
Lauren! Hey, Lauren!
17 miles beach, and I still can't get away from Frank.
Hey, Lauren, fancy meeting up with you on this beach.
Yeah, great. Secluded, eh?
Secluded beach? That's awesome. Move over, Lauren.
If you're looking for a great island destination, Antigua's the place to go.
There's a great range of activities from air, land, and sea.
And if you're looking for that great active lifestyle, this is the place. So remember,
know before you go.
Ah!
Many people love the shade under a coconut tree, but be careful. One may fall off when you least expect it, conk you on your head, and that may ruin your vacation. If you're planning to rent a car in Antigua, just remember, driving is on the left side of the road. Planning a visit to the island of Barbuda is actually quite easy. You can either get here with a short 15-minute plane ride or take an hour and a half on the ferry. And remember this, always protect yourself in the hot Antiguan sun. But also keep this in mind, too much rum and the Antiguan sun just don't mix.